This exhibition, Hardwired, pays tribute to three artists, Laurie Nilsen, Vincent Serico and Onus. All artists sadly now deceased who made special contributions not only to their own communities but to the world of art. The exhibition premise of Hardwired is also a reflection on how these three artists were directly hardwired into their respective Indigenous cultural knowledge, yet at the same time able to translate these stories into a contemporary visual language through a mix of humour, satire and craftsmanship. Laurie Nilsen, born in Roma, southwest Queensland, was an artist directly responsible for the rise, understanding and appreciation of an Indigenous art in Brisbane and surrounding areas. The artist's most recognisable image is that of the life-sized barbed wire emu sculptures such as Gulberries on the Bungle Creek. In the Scar series from 2010, the artist continued his investigation of the knot and indeed closer investigations to the powerful symbolism of barbed wire itself. And complementing these is a series of new collaborative works, Conversations, with fellow artist and friend Vernon R. Key, posthumously created after Laurie's passing. Their ongoing dialogue was seeking to redefine the conceptual meaning and symbolism of Laurie's two core elements, the emu and the barbed wire. These tangled nests of rusted barbed fencing wire with Laurie's original cast emu heads in bronze encompass not only cultural, political and environmental concerns, but also leave the tragic residue of entrapment. When it comes to Onus, born 1948 in Melbourne, his sublime blend of Indigenous design and contemporary Western visual imagery, especially the landscape genres, created an astonishing new visual language. Lynn was also big on humour with his messaging and always open to experiments and collaboration. One of the most well-known being The Adventures of X and Ray, a series of images reproduced in this show, both in prints and in sculpture. The story follows an unlikely pair of animated travel companions, X, the stingray, and Ray, the dingo, the characters that the artists Lynn and Michael first brought to life in 1992 in a gouache titled "Michael and I Are Just Slipping Down to the Pub for a Minute." For Lynn, his art was often gentle, but always brutally honest about the social situations affecting Aboriginal people over the generations since first contact. And for him, there existed no distinction between the political and the beautiful. Vincent Serico was born in 1949 near Cherbourg in southwest Queensland. His bittersweet visual narratives are cleverly loaded with pathos, humour and tragedy. In this exhibition, we feature both original paintings and limited edition prints. One of his most poignant themes examined in several works is that of Pension Day. Back in 1994, he reflected on some of these images, saying, "When I was travelling around the communities and towns, I saw how ancient ceremonial sites, the Bora rings, are sometimes used now for drinking, gambling and fighting. They'd always have a card game going. Someone would have a drinking party going. Always a fight over a woman. You always see some bloke spewing up and the kids trying to roll him. Drunks laying around, and if you look hard enough, you always see a couple of boys on their own having a smallie. Once these places celebrated meaning in our culture. Now they are meeting places on Pension Day, when cheques are cashed, grog and gambling are organised, and this becomes the shared experience, the welfare ritual." Fireworks Gallery, established now almost 30 years ago, remains indebted to these three artists, Laurie Nilsen, Vincent Serico and Onus, whom, each in their own unique way, help build our profile and define our place as an artisan gallery network here in Brisbane and beyond. So as trailblazing artists, we continue to celebrate their unique vision, their poignant stories and unforgettable humour.